Today I'm introducing two types of receptacles, also known as power outlets. We have two different types. We have a standard duplex, because it has two plug-ins, duplex, duo. And we also have a variation on a theme called a GFCI, stands for ground fault circuit interrupt. It actually has a circuit breaker in it, and it's designed to keep you from shocking yourself. I'm going to highlight the parts on these. Standard duplex receptacle has a top and a bottom. We have what is known as our neutral side and our hot side, and so we have screws and terminals. The neutral terminal is slightly bigger than the hot terminal on this side. So this is my neutral terminals. These are my neutral screws. These are my hot terminals. These are my hot screws. We also have mounting tabs, which are the little Mickey Mouse ears on top and on bottom. We also have a place where the mounting screw goes, and that's where the hole on the top and the bottom for these two, and holds it in place. Right here in the middle, there's another screw hole called the cover plate screw hole, because all the receptacles that you see, they do have a cover plate on them, and there's a single screw in the middle that holds this, and it differs from some of the others. On the side here, the design of these receptacles, you will see a little bitty piece of metal that connects the two sides here. It's called a breakout fin. These are the breakout fins. It is designed so that I can bring two different power sources into this outlet. I can bring one in the bottom and one in the top, and can control them separately. If you've been in an older house where you walk in the living room and you have to turn on a light switch that turns on the lamp that's plugged into the wall, that's what they did. They wired from the switch to the top part of the outlet and just made that hot by the switch. A standard duplex receptacle. This is the GFCI. There's quite a bit of similarities to two. We have our neutral side and we have our hot side. We have our neutral terminals, hot terminals, neutral screws, hot screws, and you can see these are spaced farther apart. We don't have breakout fins on this one. We do have our little mounting tabs that hold on drywall, the little Mickey Mouse ears, our mounting screw holes, but the cover plate screw hole, now we have two of them and in a different place. We have a little one at the top and a little one at the bottom, because it's a completely different type of cover plate. Our grounds are here, and somewhere on the bottom you are going to find a ground screw, which is usually hexad, and sometimes you'll see them green in color. This also has a circuit breaker function, has what's called as a test and a reset. When it's plugged in and there's power, you can push the test and you'll hear it go click. A lot of times they have a little light on them that indicate that power is actually operating right. You get ready for it to work again, you hit the reset, and it'll go right back to working. These are designed to stop power in case there's a fault, a circuit fault interrupt, which means a shock or a short in the system. On the back of these, they actually have all the words written. They tell you what color wires. If you remember, our neutral wires are white, our hot wires are black, and it actually even has it in Spanish on the back side of them. On these are very specific. You poke the wires in the bottom. It was the power coming into the circuit, and the power going out has to go out the top down to the next circuit. The idea is we put these in wet areas. Every 3 feet in a kitchen, you would have one of these, and then you would have two more standard duplex receptacles that would work with this, so that even if there was a shock in this duplex, it would trip all the way back here at this GFCI. So there is a standard way to wire these. They have to have your supply line comes in the power at the bottom, and the power going down the rest of the leg, as it's called, or down the line, comes out the top. Two different ways to wire these. On GFCIs, you just poke the wire straight in the back and you tighten the screws. On standard duplex, we have to do our cut strip bend. The wire has to go around and under the screw and tighten in place. And the trick for it is you have to do it clockwise. If you do it counterclockwise, when you tighten the screw, you will actually loosen the wire out from under it. Now it is your turn to take your slides and properly label all the parts on a duplex receptacle and a GFCI receptacle.